Kraven the Hunter has now a trailer online for the world to see. Kick-Ass himself, Aaron Taylor Johnson, is coming in to play the Marvel character in the Sony-controlled world. We got a glimpse at a trailer at CinemaCon, and they've just dropped the trailer online. Although the trailer online now, while it is a red band trailer, it should be noted that it's not the exact same trailer that we saw at CinemaCon. It's a little bit adjusted. It's been changed up a little bit. So the trailer is here. Aaron Taylor Johnson, Russell Crowe, one of my favorite actors in the world. And as the title suggests, this movie is one half fantastic and one part what the fuck. Because, look, let's just get this out of the way. They clearly are taking some liberties with the movie. And I, in general, have no problem with that. Look, I have always said this about movies being based on other source material. The number one job of a filmmaker is not to stay as accurate as possible to the source material. Not at all. Just because something does well in one medium doesn't mean it's going to do well in another medium. The number one job of a filmmaker, not to stick as close as possible to the source material. Rather, the number one job of a filmmaker is to tell the best story possible. And that means you take liberties. So they went real Spider-Man with this trailer. The blood of a lion got into his blood.
And that's a chonky boy.
That's a buff lion.
Yeah, that's a thick boy.
That's the kiddies would say swole.
Yeah.
That is a swole lion there.
Thick.
And here's the coup de grace. Here's the moment.
Where's that?
Oh,
Let's
it's
see
coming. Here we go. Bloop.
Any minute now. Yep, there it is. The lion blood. So I don't know. Maybe that lion is supposed to be some kind of genetically modified lion. I don't know. But they pulled a Spider-Man. I couldn't believe they did this. As the lion blood drips into Kraven's blood.
No, that's
and
not.
Somehow genetic changes happen into him. So
That's the lion's tears.
Oh, that's right.
But they're red.
Why did you shoot me?
Yeah.
Why did you shoot me?
I'm sorry.
So now Kraven is filled with sorrow and regret.
Oh.
He has super regret, super sorrow.
And he's exercising that regret one skull at a time.
Can I add to your intro what you talked about?
Sure.
Some of these, I haven't read this comic. I don't know his origins. But some of the origins of the comic book characters, they're kind of out of touch with today's times. You know what I mean?
No.
And Kraven might be one of them. His origin, I don't know his origin. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
He's out of touch with what it is in the comics. I don't think it's out of touch with the times.
Oh, you mean like you think his origin would work? Like his original origin would work with something?
Listen, I've always thought, like, if you just had Kraven, a super skilled hunter, I don't care what you do in the comics. The comics is the comics.
Okay.
That man cannot fight Venom. That man cannot fight Spider-Man.
Now he can.
But but now he can.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, the whole Spider-Man thing of getting, like, it's basically bit by a radioactive spider, bled in by a radioactive
they
thing.
even show a bunch of spiders in the thing.
Yeah, which completely disqualifies Aaron Cummings from ever watching this movie.
I love what I see. I like what I see.
Oh, listen, that's okay. So there's the WTF stuff with the trailer, right? The radioactive lion bleeding into him and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a big WTF there. But I always preach, put your, preconceived notions about what the movie should be aside and judge something on its own merits, right? I think there's a lot to like about this trailer. Again, I'm saying aside from the radioactive lion and all that kind of stuff, aside from that, on its own merits, I thought this was a fun, exciting looking trailer. When he takes the bear trap and snaps it over the guy's face, I'm like, yep, when he rips part of the guy's face off with his
John
teeth.
Wick of the Marvel universe.
Oh my God, one of my favorite lines though, he's like, where's Mr. So-and-so? You're standing in him.
Yeah.
I love that line.
And did you see behind you? They dropped that official poster too.
Oh yeah,
Right
we have the image behind me here. Yeah,
He looks great.
This is a great looking image,
Yeah.
actually, with him in the very classic kind of look. Aaron Taylor Johnson looks great. He's got buff and ripped, hyper violent. Now at CinemaCon, when they introduced this trailer, they had Aaron Taylor Johnson come on first and say, "Oh, and by the way, it's rated R."
Yeah, no
And what do you
kidding.
say? What do you think Craven's going to do? Talk them to death? And then they went on to show a very bloody and
He threw an F-bomb before he said rated R.
oh yeah, it's
He
fucking
threw an F-bomb just to
yeah,
bring
something
the
like
point
just
home.
to drive the point home that it's rated R. Now, the director of the film is J.C. Chandor, and there's a couple of his films I have not seen. I've seen two of his movies. And both of them I liked very much. One of them is called Margin Call, which came out about 10 years ago. And I love this movie. This movie is it's just all takes place in like one day, basically. And I absolutely love it. It's kind of based around the real events that was going on in the economy at the time. And I think it's a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous movie. The other one he did was A Most Violent Year with Oscar Isaac and Jessica Chastain. And while not quite as good as Margin Call, I thought this movie was quite good. I enjoyed it. So with this guy directing it and the trailer we got, I got to say, my bottom line is I really like the trailer. That being said, I also really like the trailer for Morbius. And we saw how that turned out. And there are things about this trailer that do remind me a lot of the Morbius trailer. And again, I love the Morbius trailer. I thought the Morbius had a great trailer, despite the fact that it churned out a pretty crappy movie. So will this be a really good trailer to a really good movie, or are we facing another Morbius situation where a really good trailer to something really cracky? And by the way, you brought up an image there for a second, Jonathan. I kind of like the idea of the rhino in this, right? Do you want to know why they call me Rhino? I mean, anything to wash the taste out of Paul Giamatti's Rhino out of our mouths.
At least it's not a mech rhino. He's wearing the rhino.
Well, but also, if you remember, Paul Giamatti in that movie, he came across as a member of the Tracksuit Mafia.
Yeah, it was very overdone.
It was really over the top bad. I mean, and it's a shame because Paul Giamatti is a national treasure. So
maybe that's his ultimate hunt in this movie, is this rhino.
Well, I mean, his ultimate hunt.
Well, yeah,
in the Sonyverse should be him going after Venom.
The thing is, though, is that they're making him an anti-hero.
Well, that's what they did with,
and that's why he won't be like his father, who is the hunter, because he's the anti-hero. Whereas in the comics, he was basically his father's character, where he's the hunter.
Yeah, but the good thing is, we talked about this last week, is that, remember, the antagonist of a film doesn't necessarily have to be a villain. Right? So you can set up, and I'm talking theoreticals here, you could set up Kraven the Hunter here and have him be the antagonist of a Venom film. Like, doesn't mean he's evil or bad, but he's the one standing against our hero.
Right.
So you could very well have that, and I think that would be pretty cool.
In that shot where the spiders are coming down, he looks terrified, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He looks.
I don't think
a bunch of poisonous spiders coming down on you.
But the cliffhanger at the end could be, you want to get over your fears? That'd be so corny.
Sony's not making live action Spider-Man right now, right?
No.
Unless they were going to cross this over with the MCU's Spider-Man 4, which I don't think they're going to do. Right?
Oh, completely forgot about oversight.
But they're clearly, at least on a subconscious level, drawing a connection between Kraven and Spider-Man with that shot.
Deals can be signed.
They tease it, but they've been keeping
Marvel's
it
not in a good spot right now. Deals could be signed.
Deals can be signed. Guys, question is for you. What do you think about the trailer? Now, I obviously, there are a couple different ways to look at it. If you're looking for comic book accuracy, I think this trailer is immediately going to turn some people off. If what you're looking for is comic book accuracy. And I agree, there are some what the fuck moments in this trailer. There absolutely are. I have no denying, and it concerns me. But overall, on its own merits, I thought it was a very fun trailer. But I thought Morbius was a pretty fun trailer too. Look how that turned out. Guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. Think about it. The person you were 5 years ago is not the exact person that you are today. Therapy is all about deepening your self-awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way that we do until we talk things through. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on that journey of self-discovery from wherever you are. And guys, striving for better mental health is something we should all aspire to. I've talked about this before, but when somebody goes to the gym, we applaud them for getting out there to improve their physical health. Well, it's about time that we start looking at mental health the same way, not just by encouraging the people around us to look into therapy, but by also taking the step to take care of our own mental health as well. So listen, if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a short questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. So discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Campea today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Campea. How are you guys feeling about the trailer? I thought it was a lot of fun. Maybe you liked it more than I did. Maybe you liked it less. Maybe you hated it. I don't know. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, but more importantly, make sure you subscribe to our daily podcast, the John Campea Show podcast, available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and your favorite podcasting app of choice.